So you're on a walk, you're outside with your friends, maybe you're by yourself and you're walking through a park and suddenly you step in something, but you don't really pay attention to it until you get off by yourself and you sit down and you're like, did somebody fart? What is that? That smells awful. What is that? And you look down and you see that you have inadvertently stepped in dog poop. What do you do? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? You're going to try to get that off, but here's a metaphoric way to think about the way that we go about what we entertain in our minds. Because just like we want to take the dog poop off of our feet as fast as we can, or our shoes in this case, and we don't want to walk around with that smelly nastiness, let's not do that with our thought patterns. I've got a really cool message for you today. So come on, my friend, let's dig into the soil of this together. Welcome to you, my friend. If you are new to the channel, my name is D. Grant Smith. I am the growth farmer for personal development through the lens of spirituality and storytelling. And if you are already subscribed, hey, welcome back. It's great to have you with me. And on that subject, if you haven't subscribed already, I promise you're going to love this channel. You're going to love me. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to tap the bell icon as well, so you can always be notified about new videos coming out. I post stuff here on this channel Monday through Friday, and I usually do at least 1 or 2 shorts over the weekend just to give you a little bit more encouragement. So I painted an interesting picture when we started off this conversation, all about stepping in doggy doo-doo. Oftentimes, we can spend our days thinking about things that we want, but sometimes, or depending on who you are, have a bunch of negativity that comes to mind, and we end up dwelling in these negative thoughts. Maybe it has to do with finances and bills coming due, and you start getting really worried about things. Or maybe it has to do with some tension in a relationship, or maybe it has to do with some tension at work or some tension with some family. And so you start telling yourself all these negative stories and you start entertaining that all over and over and over again. And it totally dictates the way that you feel during the day. How is that not different than stepping in dog poop, realizing that you've got dog poop on your shoe, and then choosing to walk around all day in it? Now, this might be a fairly self-explanatory sort of thing where you're like, dude, of course, if I actually step in dog poop and I recognize that I've got dog poop, I'm not going to want to walk around with that all day or take it back to my house and get it all in my carpets or get it in my car or anything else like that. I'm going to go wherever I can, find a napkin or find a fountain or something and just wash the crap off my shoes, or I'm going to take those shoes off if I can and put them in a bag and just like clean them off as fast as possible when I get home. That's a completely different story than me telling myself what's really going on in my life. Well, when it's going on in your mind, it's going on in your imagination. Now, here's something you probably already know as well, but if not, I'm happy to be somebody to tell you about it. Your subconscious mind, which controls 85 to 95% of your life, depending on which scientific study you look at, learns things by imagination. It also learns things by repetition. So, when you are entertaining negative thoughts in your mind, when you are consciously retelling yourself worst case scenario situations or constantly replaying negative memories of something that you had that you did not like, that did not feel good, that made you feel less than or unworthy or angry or any negative low energy emotion, what you're doing is you are actually teaching your subconscious mind that that's something that you want more of. Now, just like you don't want to walk around with dog poop on your shoe and smelling the nastiness of that over and over and over again, you don't want to get that into your carpets. You don't want to carry that with you wherever you go. When you can recognize and pay attention to what your thoughts are, when you can recognize that you have some stinking thinking, it's time to change what you're thinking about. So, being aware, we've talked about this before. Being aware is 90% of the personal development work. And so being aware of what your thoughts are, especially when they go into that negative territory, see that from now on, as dog poop on your shoe that you don't want to carry around with you anymore. Instead, choose a different story. One of the cool things about some of this negativity that can come up is it can show us the opposite of what we actually want to experience. And when we can see the opposite, we know that this isn't what I want. I want something that's the polar opposite of this. What would that look like? And you can entertain that thought and spend a little bit of time, well worth the time spent, on imagining the polar opposite of something negative that happened to you. And then sit in the feeling of that opposite. So if you had a fight with somebody or an argument of some kind, and maybe they said some mean things to you and you turned around and said some mean things to them, reverse the conversation. Go into your imagination and imagine that whatever was initially said that caused the issue, that instead of reacting to it, you or the other person said, okay, I'm sorry that you feel that way. How can we work this out together? Because I don't want to have issue with you. I want there to be peace with us. And revisit that imaginal conversation. Entertain that in your mind. It's no different than entertaining something that you don't want, except the difference is actually you're entertaining something that you do want. You're planting that in your subconscious mind. You are entertaining that in your imagination. And as we've talked about several times, and as one of my beloved teachers says, imagination creates reality. That's Neville Goddard, by the way. Use your imagination to create what it is that you want. And if you experience something that's opposite of what you want, don't let yourself carry around that negative, nasty, stinking, thinking dog poop on your shoe in your mind anymore. Tell yourself a different story. Tell yourself the story that you want to experience, and then sit in the feeling of that. And let that be what you focus your attention on. If you're in this with me and you're tired of carrying around that nasty smelling garbage thinking that makes you feel bad and also keeps showing up in your life over and over again, comment down below. I'm with you, D. Grant. I'm taking the dog poop out of my thoughts and I'm focusing on what I want to experience. Now, if you want more of this kind of stuff from me, I've got some awesome, amazing, inspiring, uplifting, encouraging, enlightening, educational, and transformative. Yes, that's a lot of adjectives, and that's also no hyperbole. I've got some awesome stuff for you at my site, growthfarming.com, including some stories that will blow your mind and make you feel really excited about your own personal growth and your spiritual journey, because you'll be able to see yourself inside the characters in these stories and understand your journey a whole lot more. There's also courses, trainings, and just some really super cool stuff. And if you want to be a part of what I'm doing, join in the membership. All of the information is available down below in the description box, but you can simply go to growthfarming.com. That's all I've got for you today. I appreciate you. I love you. I believe in you, and I'll see you again soon.